All right, so I'm up here at the 102, and again, this is a super flex draft, so there's a real temptation for me to go with Jaden Daniels here because even if I've got questions about him as a prospect and as a player, I'm curious about your opinion of him as a player, of course. Even if I have those questions, like the margin for error for a guy that's going to run in fantasy is just so big, right? Like I can have all these questions about him and he could still be like a successful pick here at 102 just because he's going to run, but that's not the direction I'm going to go. I'm a big Marvin Harrison fan. To me, he's such a clean prospect. I know you have some questions about him reaching his theoretical ceiling and you can expand on those here. But overall, I love the player, love how he translates to the NFL as a true X receiver. I think he's got a great set of release moves against press coverage. He's very polished. I do share some of the questions in contested situations and attacking the ball that you do that we have discussed privately as well. But at the same time, I think some of those are correctable issues and he can very well be a very strong player in the NFL. So I'm going to go with him here at 102 because I think it's just a really good opportunity to get a foundational piece for some theoretical dynasty team here, even though it's a super flex draft.
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the safer picks that you're going to make. And even the issues that I would say about Harrison, I mean, the bigger issue that I have right now is that immediately he's going to have to be the man in Arizona. Yeah. He's the split end. He's the guy that's lining up against the top corner. He's the guy that opens his chest up early and gets hammered by cornerbacks occasionally who are actually NFL savvy. It doesn't happen very often where he was at Ohio State, but it did. It'll happen a little bit more often in the NFL. Does that kill his career? Absolutely not. But I could see this being as a first year guy who's not also the most quick twitch dude. I mean, I'm not saying he's slow. He's not.
Right.
But he's not. He's not Antonio Brown working to get open when Ben Roethlisberger is scrambling around back in the day. He's now working with Kyler Murray, who does a lot of that type of thing, but he's not the quick twitch guy that, say, Malik Neighbors is in that regard to be able to work open. So I could see where Marvin Harrison has like a Larry Fitzgerald rookie year type of scenario, which is still good, but it's like 780 yards, 70 to 80 catches, 780 yards, 8 to 10 touchdowns. Still good enough to be like a wide receiver 3 year one. And then the year after that, Fitzgerald had a 1,400 yard season. So I could totally see that working out. But I could see missed opportunities against top corners who are going to say, hey, welcome to the NFL. This is how we play. This is not who you played at Michigan that everyone's fawning over. And I think he's going to have some of those moments in those contested catch scenarios. But as as your first overall pick, I wouldn't argue with it. I wouldn't argue with anyone who took him first overall.
Yeah. Tell you what, if he gets between 700, 800 yards, people are going to be super disappointed.
Yes.
Just based on where the expectations are right now, the very high expectations. But that's always within the range of outcomes. I agree with you that the biggest question I have with him is just working with a scrambling quarterback like Kyler Murray, because even some receivers I'd call mid-tier guys in the NFL really take their Gabe Davis is a great example of that. I mean, Gabe Davis is whatever, he's a whatever starting receiver in the league, but he's made himself a lot of money and he's got a lot of cred to his reputation because he has that sense of working with Josh Allen at this point in his career, 4 years in his career, of when to snap off these routes. And you mentioned the quick twitch part of it. So that I think will be the most interesting thing with Marvin Harrison and Kyler Murray, because we just haven't seen him do that yet. So I think that will be a fascinating thing to track with this player in particular. But all right,